Working with a specialist in general, why is it not something that you do in-house? What's the perks that it does bring your practice to go down that road?
It definitely, I mean, we can't have all types of hats on. We can't be the experts in everything, and we don't claim to be. So definitely having an external expert there to rely on is a massive benefit to us and to our client. I think the risk is just too high, and that's probably, as well as what I've already said, the risk element is one of the main reasons we look to an external expert to provide that service.
We looked at the resources taken to do a full claimant report and the skill and experience required to do that and do it justice. Where we found it more difficult was clearly aligning the requirements of HMRC for a proper claim to go through, showing the advancements or uncertainties that you're actually covering off and taking forward. And frankly, the time taken to do that properly.
Right.
We decided we didn't really have the time or the resource or the experience in some of these areas to do what the client required. The revenue obviously had quite a lot of frivolous claims. So when we're looking at it from looking at our clients' interests, we're looking to engage with a provider that we trust, we've vetted, we know their quality is there, they're not going to make frivolous claims. Because as many as have gone forward, there's been many who said there's not something there worth taking forward. So it's that open, honest conversation.
Well, we're aware that there are some particularly valuable reliefs available to clients for capital incidents, research and development, and that tends to be, to make a successful claim on them, tends to be more specialised knowledge than we can provide. We tend to refer work to specialists quite often when it's out with our remit. From my specialty, from my knowledge, I couldn't tell the difference between what's a new product being developed for the market or what's genuinely a research and development improvement in a process. The detail and nuances of that is well beyond me.
But there's always going to be changes in legislation, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think we're as qualified to keep on top of those specialist areas as others.
Using specialists allows us that freedom and that, flexibility to be more proactive with our clients, for sure.
And we're not regulated to give certain advice, and I'll always say to clients is that much as well, so that we can actually introduce them to other people that can help support them in the full financial function for their business and not just the one that we're providing. I think one of the main benefits is, like what Claire said, it's a trusted source. We know that cataracs don't pick up an R&D claim if they're not going to win it. They've got a good reputation with HMRC and it's more likely to go through because of that.
I mean, it sounds like you guys at MMG are quite proactive when it comes to working with specialists outside of the practice.
I think it reflects well on you if you do it properly. If you try and smudge things or race through things just because you want to on the next project, it looks bad and it's not a sensible thing to do. So I think using all the talents available, let's do it the proper way.
Just to add on to that, it's almost the definition of a good professional. Know what you know what you don't, and know somebody who does know what you don't know.
What's their impression of the fact that we work so closely together? I take it they appreciate that?
Yeah, I mean the clients obviously appreciate the tax relief,
Yeah.
certainly, but I think they also like the additional peace of mind knowing that there's a specialist involved with basically a good argument for whichever relief we're making and the backup to go along with it.
I think clients are grateful for knowing that they've been put in front of a specialist, and if there isn't a claim there to be had, that they've got that information and that they're not sitting on something that they maybe could have got. They know for sure.
And I think it would be doing our clients a disservice to not engage with you and put them in touch with you, even if there's the slightest, inclination that there might be an R&D claim.
What advice would you give perhaps an accountancy practice that was thinking of working with a third-party tax or funding specialist? What would you sort of tell them?
I think one of the key points is do your research. Make sure that you're comfortable with whoever you're going to work with, whether you go to their open days, read some literature, get some references, but do your diligence on who you're going to be working with.
Research and development comes up quite a lot. Research and development is probably one of the most publicised or most well-known reliefs available, and has been particularly good. That's another one that is definitely worthwhile using a specialist. The hurdle to meet for a successful claim is high, and isn't something we could be expected to know in terms of the internal processes and the actual research and development carried out, let alone the documentation required to support it. So absolutely something that's the domain of a specialist there. And
if accountants don't put these opportunities in front of their clients, and if they don't reach out and get that expert help, that there's a real risk their clients could miss out?
yeah, I mean, we'd be doing our clients a disservice if we didn't make them aware of the potential reliefs available to them.